got a big week ahead up at Woodbine. 4 days of racing starting on Thursday, 4:50 p.m. First post on Woodbine for Woodbine's racing card for Thursday. Then Friday, Saturday, Sunday races. 2 graded stakes on Saturday, and on Sunday it's Woodbine Oaks Day. It's the plate trial and 2 other graded stakes races. And we want to get to DRF bets so we can get free past performances. I'm going to look through the formulator past performances right now. I'm going to take a look at the early pick 5 for Thursday at Woodbine. And you can get the same exact past performances that I have for free when you sign up for DRF bets. Here's what you do. Use the promo code WINNING. Go sign up for DRF bets. Immediately, they'll give you a $10 free bet just for registering and for signing up. Then make sure your first deposit is exactly $250. They will match that with $250. So all of a sudden, you just put in $250 and now it's at $510. They'll give you 10 free formulator cards. So 10 different times you want to handicap the races, you've already got one ready. And then every time you bet another $50, you'll get a formulator card to stack up. So take advantage. DRF bets right now. If you're playing the races a lot, you won't have to be paying for past performances with DRF bets and that deposit match bonus. You'll get a bunch of cash too to start right off. Okay, let's talk about the early pick 5 for Thursday. On Thursday and Friday, the early pick 5 pool, $50,000 guaranteed. On Saturday and Sunday, there's a $100,000 guaranteed pick 5 pool, and it always starts in race number 2. Game of Thrones fans see Brienne of Tarth there. She's 0 for 17, though. I just like others more in here. I think you can get a little bit more upside with a few others. Let's go to the 4. My Assistant. I think this is the horse to beat. My Assistant will get Lasix for the first time for the continued drop-in class. My Assistant got to the lead, opened up about a length, still had about a length lead at the top of the lane, and then 6.5 just proved to be too much. She's going to try turf for the first time. Her dam won on the turf. She's going to get Lasix for the first time, and her lone sibling won twice on the turf. So lots of positives. Like, you see the silver market after market breeding. And for me, the antenna of turf go up immediately. So then you look at the dam. She was a multiple winner on the turf. You look at her only sib to try the turf, won on it. That was Beauty Boss, who was a multiple winner on the turf. So you just figure she's going to make her 3rd career start. She's going to be dropping down in class. She's getting Lasix for the first time. Both her dam and then direct sibling showed success on the grass. It just points to a big effort coming from the number 4, My Assistant. The others that I might include in here would be the 7 and the 8. Spirit Bell, pretty quick. Spirit Bell's dam also won on the turf. She'll make her 2nd turf start. Her only time she tried the turf was in her career debut, so it's tough to be too hard on her for that effort. Now you get the cutback, 3rd start off the long layoff. She got the lead. She opened up 2. She was headed out at the top of the lane. Now she'll take the blinkers off for the big cutback, 3rd start off the bench, get into the turf. I could see her making noise in here. Also, the 8 legal steps. She had a fine start. She was outrun a little bit as the leader sped off and opened up 5. She did start to get into a good stride late. That was at 5 furlongs. I went 4, 7, and 8. 4 might be a spot where I would single. Then on another ticket, would use both the 7 and the 8. As we move to race number 3, we've got $7,500 claimers. These are for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 or which have not won a race since July the 20th. You've got some horses in here who have not won in a while. Wake Up Maggie's 0 for the last 18. She's only been in the money in 4 of those 18. Practical Gizmo 0 for the last 15. He's only hit the board twice in those last 15 races. Stormy Susie 0 for the last 16. She only has 1 in the money finish in those 16 races. And for all 3 of these horses to the inside, they're all getting beat at this level or at lower levels. It's not as if they're facing much tougher company and now they're taking the big drop down in class. So for me, I had a really tough time getting to any of the inside 3. I end up landing on the 4, Absolute Jewel. You just look at her body of work, it makes so much sense to me. This is a horse who was a winner last time. So the 3 inside horses are 0 for 8, their last 18, 0 for the last 15, 0 for the last 16. This horse won her most recent race. 7,000 non-winners of 2. It was a good effort. She had a fast start from the outside. She was second. She was in between horses. She backed out to sit third. She was about 5 lengths off. She got caught in between horses. She got shuffled back to fifth. She then moved inside, tipped out 3 wide. She got to the lead in the 2 path. It was quite a journey for her to get that victory. Then look back on May the 25th. She's going 6.5 against tougher, fit 14, 15 claimers. And on April the 29th, that was her first start of the year, and she didn't run poorly that day at this level. So look at the last 2 races right around this level, the $7,500 level. She wins. She's only beaten a length and 3/4 in her first start of the year. She found the $15,000 restricted claiming level too tough on May 25th, put a line through that race. At the end of last year, she doesn't really fire on December the 8th. That's okay. That's her last start of the year. Before that, though, she didn't run all that poorly when she was 5th, beaten a length and 1/4 on November the 26th. You can just see the spots where it seems like she's in a little too tough. And that's when she's facing the slightly higher level claimers. And earlier on in her career, she was in a bit tough. But she's still lightly raced and has upside compared to a lot of this field. I think it's a great spot for the number 4, Absolute Jewel. Gormley girl, I mean, she wouldn't shock, but she's over her last 9. She does have 2 in the money finishes. Her last 2 races, they're not bad. And then you have Halo Style. I think she's the one to beat, but I truly like the 4 most in here, and I think Absolute Jewel is the play. If you toss the turf race last time out for Halo Style, she was a winner 2 starts back. She was a winner at 6.5. And again, in a race like this, where these horses have not won races for a while, she's just in good form on the synthetic. I went 4-6. I thought the 7 to the outside had a little bit of a shot if you were going to give another look second time on the synthetic. But I'm going to be a lot of 4-6 in here. 5-7 would be my under spots, like the 4, Absolute Jewel. Let's move to race number 4. 7.5 on the turf. These are 25,000 non-winners of 2. The 1, well, actually, getting a class drop, cutting back in distance, 3rd start off the 5-month break. She might be the fastest in here. There is not a lot of speed. So she's going 7.5 here. She was going 7 in her last start, and she went 6.5 prior to that. So she's not necessarily cutting back. I think I said cut back. She's gone farther. So we have seen her in races going a mile and a 16th, whereas some of these others, you're stretching out. I think that was more of my point, is that they're not quite as used to going a little longer. I think she gets the lead in here. She's got to get sent from the inside. There's not a ton of other speed in here. It's probably between her, the 3, Strike the Pose, who's coming out of the 5 furlong turf sprint, and probably the 5 Oh Wow. I think it's one of those 3 who gets the lead. If the 1 is aggressively handled from the inside in a softer spot here after facing better, I'm giving her a big look. The 4, that debut race was good. Not easy to win going long first time out. I thought it was pretty visually impressive. She was 4th inside. She was traveling well. She was just behind the leaders. She was looking for room. She ducked to the inside, and she ran well. No knocks on her. The 2 would be the other one for me, Inscrutable. Now, I'm a little worried that she may be a little far back in here. She needs some speed to run at, some early pace, and I don't know if she's going to get that, the type of setup. So Inscrutable, last out winner. Can she get enough pace in here to come running? Others after that top tier would be the 6 Jab. Probably just in a little tough last time out. The race has come back strong. 2 starts back. Something like that would be really, really solid in here. The 5, Oh Wow, tried the turf for the first time. By process of elimination, she could be forwardly placed in here. And another I would even give a look to would be maybe the 8. Her only turf try was in a better spot. Maybe you just give her another shot in here. 1, 4, 2 would be on the top, depending on what you're playing, how deep you go, what other horses you look underneath. I would put 6, 5, and 8, but 1, 4, and 2 will be in the pick 5 and all over for me. Let's move to race number 5. in this pick five sequence. So 5.5 on the synthetic. I thought the 3, Airy Fairy, was very interesting in here. She's quick. She can sit off the pace a little bit. She's been in front of Anita Grigio right next door, who looks like she may be one of the quicker horses in here. Airy Fairy's actually been in front of her when they faced each other. She was close up in between horses in her last start. She moved inside. She couldn't get to the wire-to-wire winner, but she was all the way up to second before fading. And I like when a horse runs like that. Like, she lost to Oh Heavens, but I think she ran the better race than Oh Heavens that day. So, she's a winner on the synthetic 2 starts back, and she did it at a big price. She's the type who can sit in a nice spot, be forwardly placed, but she doesn't need the lead. And when she wins, she usually does it at big prices. And that'll be the case again here because she's 15-1 on the morning line. The number 6, this is the horse to beat. Just the synthetic form overall is fantastic. No real knocks on this one. 5-2 on the morning line. Major player, must use overall on the synthetic form. And following that, I would include the 8. I thought Hard to Capture ran well, finishing second last time out. Seems like this is the right spot, the right level for her. She was a runner-up in that similar spot on June the 22nd. She was close up second. She backed off like 2 lengths. Then she moved to the lead. She just couldn't stay. She started to drift a little bit, and the 2-5 favorite went by her. She ran second, though, and she ran well that day. Now she gets a big cutback. So I went to the 3, 6, 8. You wanted to go a little deeper. Others to throw in the 2, Anita Grigio. I would include the 5, I'll Take the Gold here, who gets back to the synthetic. And then the 10 to the outside wouldn't be a huge shock to me. Oh Heavens. But 3, 6, and 8 will be in the bulk of the exotics in race number 5. As we close things out, let's get to the final leg of the sequence. And we're going to get to race number 6 at Woodbine. 5 furlongs on the turf course in race number 6. And I'm going to look to maybe 3 horses to use in some combinations. The horse to beat, no doubt, is the 5. That is Stormy Silence, who has not really done much wrong in her career. She's been fast. She can sit close. Certainly the horse to beat. I do think the 9 is very interesting. Fearless Angel. In her most recent race, Fearless Angel was in a stakes race. In fact, in 4 consecutive races, she's faced stakes company right here at Woodbine. She was 5th. She was 3 deep. She loomed up into contention. She was right on even terms. And then she just faded the last furlong. It was going 6.5. And now she's going to cut all the way back to 5. That's a big cutback. She's drawn well to the outside. I think she'll sit the same type of trip, loom up, and now she'll just have more punch. She's going to make the 3rd start of her form cycle. She drops out of stakes company. I think the 9, Fearless Angel, is a must-use in your pick 5s, along with the 5, Stormy Silence. I also included the 1, Adora, whose grass form is pretty intriguing. So she's now going to go 3rd start off the bench. She's going to get back to the turf, Adora, and she's stakes placed on the turf. And I think she has some just sneaky overall grass form. Does the 1, Adora. So 10-1 on the morning line. Another horse who could be peaking in this race. She's got some speed, but I think she can pass some horses. What kind of trip will she get from the rail? I'm going to go 9-5-1. Also, I would give a look to the 6, Cardio Princess. I just like others a bit more in here. No real knocks on her. We just had the layoff, and then she shows up in February, and then the layoff again after that. I'm not a huge fan of that particular pattern, but she fits with the level. Let's go 9-5-1-6 if you were looking a little deeper. Don't forget, free pass performances with DRF Bets. Sign up right now to DRF Bets. Use the promo code WINNING and deposit $250. You'll get that immediate $250 match deposit bonus and the $10 free bet. You'll also get 10 free daily racing form pass performances. If you're ever playing the races at Woodbine, come on and stop over to That's What G Said podcast or give me a follow on Twitter. It's me, Gino B. I will be posting videos like this, similar to this, for every racing day over at Woodbine. Or if you're someone who just prefer the audio, all of the audio I will pull and I place on the podcast that I host, and you can download that podcast. That's what G said. Anywhere you get your podcasts. Good luck on Thursday over at Woodbine. Let's make some money.